internet works. Yeah. All right. What is up, everyone? Happy Monday. We are live and alive in the 915. My name is Richie David Marrufo. I'll be an MC and host for today. I am coming to you from El Paso, Texas, and this is brought to you by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, a BorderSenses event. So if you live in El Paso, or if you live in the area, or if you're ever traveling through, look us up, Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. In addition to these online shows every Monday, we have events all throughout the week. We do have a calendar. You can find us on social media. You can just type in Barbed Wire Open Mic on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We don't really use X or whatever that thing is called, MySpace. Anyway, definitely check us out on our Instagram. In our bio, we do have a link tree in our bio. If you click on that, it's access to all sorts of stuff, including ways you can sign up for these open mics, replays of the open mics, podcasts, special videos, and of course, calendar. We have event calendars. So this week, we are going to be having 2 in-person open mics in El Paso, one on Wednesday evening or Wednesday night. It's a special event. We usually don't do open mics on Wednesdays, but due to some scheduling stuff, we had to shuffle things around. So we're going to be downtown El Paso at Rosewood Bar. It's a nice little lounge area. So that's going to be an open mic from 9 p.m. to midnight, 21 plus. And then last Thursday of every month, we are always at Old Sheepdog Brewery in South Central El Paso. That one is all ages. So if you guys want to check those out in person, it's also a great way to support local businesses, local performers. I usually host it along with the help of my friend Fernando Antonio Montejano, aka the King Grizz, and it's a whole lot of fun. So come on through if you guys are free. But here it is. It is Monday, and every single Monday since April of 2020. That's right, every single Monday since that time, years ago already. At this point, we have been having this online mic. When venues closed down, when the world was in trouble, we stayed in. And we realized people still wanted to create, people still wanted to collaborate, we still wanted to hear other people's work. So a lot of these types of spaces were created. And in that time, we've been able to meet all sorts of wonderful people. And we continue to this day. So if you're signed up, if you're checking it out, you are part of that tradition. Like any other open mic, we have a list of performers. And if you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. Simple as that. We do have a sign up link available on our link tree. On this video, if you're watching live, by the way, hello. If you guys are tuned in right now, say hi in the live chat. That's one way that we can interact, because at a live show, if a performer is up on stage, you can kind of see the audience, you can hear the audience, people's reactions, clapping, snapping, cheering. You can see if people are listening, maybe nodding along to the words. We can't see that online, right? We can't see you guys. So one thing that you guys can do to help us as our audience, our intangible audience, is just to say hello in the live chat. Let us know you're here, where are you tuning in from, and definitely leave comments. Who did you enjoy? Are there any specific lines that really hit you? Like maybe they struck something in your soul, made you feel something. What did it make you feel? Maybe you learned something new. There's a lot of ways poetry, and I guess in a larger extent art, can move us. So all we want to know is like, how did today move you? And of course, I will give you shout outs. So all of you who are in the live chat, I definitely want to give a shout out. Definitely anyone who wants to just support, you're more than welcome to join us. We have some EPCC students here today already in the Zoom call with us. And what's up, EPCC? Good to have some support today and listeners. This is the part of the show where I talk the most, by the way. So hopefully it won't be much longer than this. Again, just we love to have you guys here. Lastly, this is a platform. So as each performer comes on, I'm going to encourage them to share any kind of links, upcoming events that they have going on, or ways in which we can support them. And if you guys, audience, want to do so, definitely encourage you to do that. Sometimes you can buy a book. Maybe we're not too far away, but Christmas coming up, maybe you can buy some local, or not even local, like some nice poetry. A lot of people have books available. But if I get it, college is expensive. Maybe you can't just go around buying books. So, something that is free is to follow people on social media, like their posts and share them. That's free. And that does a lot, because it gets more eyes on it. on the person, on their artwork. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off then, guys. Good to have you guys here. We're gonna kick things off, or we're gonna use the power of the internet and Zoom to go from El Paso to Pittsburgh, where we have one of our amazing poets and writers. They've done some really great work, not just through their art, but to help others over the years. And you can definitely catch them in past episodes on our archives. But right now, live and in the moment, live and direct Monday night, let's go ahead and bring back the amazing Vale Larkin. Hey, Vale.
Hey. Thank you. How you doing?
Excellent. Thank you.
Good. Okay, I just put my info up in chat, and I'm going to read 3 pieces today. The middle one I read already, but I made a lot of changes to it, and I want to read it again. And the first one was thrown in last minute. It's very drafty. It's very, very, very drafty. Snakes like aphasia. I can't find the words to release this tension, twisting in my center like Ouroboros in chains. I feel so much, welling up and falling down around me, taste it in the air, see its unraveled soul. Hear the cries of ravens, crows, the misery core, feel it pierce my heart. Mercy slides through armor to find peace, but peace is a lie. The planet hurtling through space, the sun, the stars, and all of us flow constantly into unknowing. Stillness, even death, is a pretty toy to distract the weary who believe it is their own feet that carry them. They are fools on the precipice, believing they are reaching for stillness as the ground falls away. Villain protagonists. In this photograph, it's the moment, where you know it, where you see their sparks fly, their slipping strands of fire, the dying of the light, the light in their center souls, and how it slides free. I've heard it said we all start on the small, like the cowards our hats hide, like the fear in our hands. But smaller prey means playtime, and I am a working man. In this photograph, I am scrying myself in scars. I am wishing for the wisdom of children, like a child at serious work on a broken glass castle. Do you wish you were cold enough to kill? Do you ever wish you were hard and sharp-edged and slick like me and the shards up my sleeves? Have you ever once wished you were empty enough to unmake them, to slam their pieces into slivers, to unwind the wrappings, pick out the weave, snap each separate thread, and untie their knotted selves? Can you see the stitches when you watch the way you talk and feed off each other? Wicked is as wicked wants, and you all come following after. In this photograph, you can see her eyes. In this photograph, you can see his feet. In this photograph, you can see their skulls open. In this photograph, you can see me smiling with their eyeless, rootless, mindless selves, all their leftover living, all their potential energy, their might-haves and if-onlys lost to a layer on the ground, slowly soaking into the earth. In this photograph, I can see you reaching toward me, moth-winged, scaled with lust. I am so frightened of your hunger, surpassing even the surfeit of my banquet. In this photograph, you see, the heart is placed neatly in the center of the table. Leering, you loom up over us, titanic and trembling with greed, all swallowed. Towering, I watch you fly on, omnivorous. In a moment, I'll lose you. The moment the phone rings, I know it's you, past midnight, and we two are awake with our unease. And I know it's not the news we'd all love to listen to. Your voice is so wafer thin. Your words are so small and dry, where once rich, wet metaphor dripped from every syllable. I wish you were laughing, chatting, snarky and wise, and I wish you were declaiming instead of declining into this fitful knot of far away. Oh, how the road pulls at your bones, your very sinews snapping tight, your body's resistance to the journey pulling you apart, piece after piece, vanishing like blood into the soil. Crescents dig themselves graves into my palm like you warned me. You always had my best interest held to your heart every time that we spoke. I want you to know, sir, I always knew that. In a moment, I'll lose you. You'll end this connection, we'll click to a close, and you will turn back to the arms of your children where you belong, cradled in warmth, loved like the life you gave them. There isn't much left. Talk, energy, will, time. And I know you must husband it. But oh, how I covet the years of the others. In a moment, I'll let you go. In a moment, I'll set the phone down. In a moment, I'll lose you. In a moment. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Vale. Very cool, very cool. And thanks for sharing those links already. Um, so I guess I'll forward them to YouTube. And is there anything you just want to say before we move on? Or thanks for kicking it off. Yeah.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All
Oh, I
right.
have a feature tomorrow, though. So check out my feature tomorrow if you want.
Awesome. Very cool. I knew it. I knew it. All right, cool. So once again, everyone, welcome to Online Mic. That was Vale Larkin out of Pittsburgh. They shared some links here in the chat. So if you're in the Zoom call, you can see where they will be performing and reading. By the way, there's a lot of people today that are tuning in. For as long as we've been doing this, we've only been Zoom bombed once. I'm a little I'm gonna be letting people in like in the breaks. I don't want to let people in while people are reading, just in case. Nothing, just as a precaution that way, so you guys interrupt me or whatever. I don't mind that at all. But the only one time in the years we've been doing this, someone interrupted a reader, and I hated that. So anyway, we can start letting people into the room. Again, if you are here for
This
APCC,
coconut guy looks iffy.
Zoom boom. Zoom boom.
Yeah,
It's a Zoom bomb. Oh, no, it's Mike. Okay.
just saying, this guy with the coconuts, man.
Yeah, he's coconuts.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Welcome, Brian. So we do have peeps checking. Sandy, we got Sandy Hill, Sandy Lands in the Zoom room. Not in the Zoom room. We're over on YouTube. Good to have you here with us today. Again, if you're here from EPCC and you need a code, message me on Zoom, or you can message us on social media, and I'll get you my email so I can send you the code. But right now, let's go ahead and keep this going then. And we are going to go to Denver. That's why I know you always have your mic on when you're ready to go. So yeah, we're going to go a little bit closer to home. Vale's 2 hours ahead, but we're going to come back to Mountain Time Zone and welcome to the show someone who's a regular and so important to the show. Let's go ahead and bring back Michael Sindler. What's up, man? Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday to you. And boom, boom, lighthousewriters.org. Great resource, great thing. Check it out. Yeah. Well, coming up this week is the Chinese Moon Festival, which is a very important thing for them. Unfortunately, I don't have a moon cake because they're too expensive. Really expensive to get moon cakes. I thought about trying to make one myself, but they're really It's a lot of work. But nonetheless, I'm going to do a mooncake poem. And while people are thinking about the moon, you should think about trying to get any moon poems you have ready and maybe submit them to Ben for her wonderful thing that she's taking submissions for right now. But this is a mooncake tale for Michael McLaughlin, who was a nice guy who gave me a mooncake. Rotten orange gourd, eaten from within by maggots, spread slime outward from seedbed onto the footpath. Gardener seizes a shovel, scoops it onto compost pile. Flowers grow in its place. Array of colors blossoming together. Wave away the flies. Eggs hatch quickly. Yeah, little tongue in cheek there, perhaps. The other thing that's going on right now, and this is sort of the tail end of National Suicide Prevention Week, and I don't like to let the month go, or month rather, and I don't like the month to go by without doing something. Many of y'all have heard this before, but I will read it again like I do pretty much every year at this point. And it's called Every Day They Do Not for Anthony Bourdain. It's not selfishness the day they commit. It's the strength every day they do not. Knowing full well if they give in and quit, it might finally extinguish the thought, the unbearable, unstoppable thought that they struggle with every moment, the trap of despair in which they're caught battling demons only to submit, struggling in search of elusive peace for a moment without acute pain, a solution always just out of reach, a salve to soothe self-imposed shame. It's not lack of concern for those left behind. It's not forgetting or running away. There's a cauldron that churns inside of the mind, a piper that leads them astray, drawn down dark roads by the tug of a song through the discord of their memory, feeling exhaustion from running so long, chasing a distant, haunting melody. Some show the signs of impending self-harm, with others no one could imagine. No actions or statements to cause alarm among relatives, workmates, or close friends. But either blatant or deeply hidden, the disease of depression incubates toward, with grimace or deceptive grin, what they see is inevitable fate. So don't curse, mock, or hate them for losing the fight, leaving casualties behind in the ring. It's a maddeningly fine line between wrong and right when both life and death promise to sting. There's pain in the wake for those who remain, anger, sadness, remorse, and confusion, wondering just what went on in the brain that determined this tragic conclusion. Don't waste time questioning who is to blame or what you could have done differently. Sometimes nothing can extinguish the flame. Treat yourself and their memory gently. It's not selfishness the day they commit. It's the strength every day they do not. When in the end, the woeful story is writ, love's gift of amnesty isn't for naught. And last week, I put on the hat and I did some poems by Gertrude Stein. And I thought, maybe I'll do someone who's even a lesser known poet of that period that really changed in the whole theory of what a poem actually was. And this is an amazing woman by the name of Mina Loy, who was just fascinating on all kinds of levels. She actually was sort of had a long-term thing going on with Marcel Duchamp, but that's a whole nother story. And this is one of her poems called Brancusi's Golden Bird, which if you're not familiar with the sculpture, it's incredibly beautiful. The toy become the aesthetic archetype, as if some patient peasant god had rubbed and rubbed the alpha and omega of form into a lump of metal, a naked orientation, unwinged, unplumed. The ultimate rhythm has lopped the extremities of crest and claw from the nucleus of flight. The absolute act of art conformed to continent sculpture, bare as the brow of Osiris, this breast of revelation, an incandescent curve licked by chromatic flames and labyrinths of reflections, this gong of polished hyperthasia shrills with brass as the aggressive light strikes its significance. The immaculate conception of the inaudible bird occurs in gorgeous reticence. And I'm going to do this one I actually really like of hers a lot, called More Over the Moon. Face of the skies, preside over our wonder. Fluorescent truant of heaven, draw us under. Silver, circular corpse, your disease infests us with unendurable ease, touching nerve terminals to thermal icicles, coercive as comma, frail as bloom. Innuendos of your inverse dawn suffuse the self, our every corpuscle become an elf. And I'm going to do one more because I don't think anybody's ever heard much of her poetry, so I'd just like to share another one. It's called Apology of Genius. Ostracized as we are with God, the watchers of the civilized waste reverse their signals on our track. Lepers of the moon are magically diseased. We come among you innocent of our luminous sores, unknowing how perturbing lights our spirit on the passion of man, until you turn on us your smooth fools' faces like buttocks bared in aboriginal mockeries. We are the sacerdotal clowns who feed upon the wind and stars and pulverous pastures of poverty. Our wills are formed by curious disciplines beyond your laws. You may give birth to us or marry us. The changes of your flesh are not our destiny. The cuirass of the soul still shines, and we are unaware if you confuse such brief corrosion with possession. In the raw caverns of the increate, we forge the dusk of chaos to that impervious jewelry of the universe, the beautiful, while to your eyes, a delicate crop of criminal mystic immortals stands to the censor's scythe. Okay. Thank you all very much.
All righty then. Thank you, Michael. And with that, that is the cover poem. Thanks for sharing, Mina Loy, huh? Just now going through a tour of some modernists for us. Definitely worth checking out. I always say to my students, if you guys hear a new poet, check them out,
Yeah. All right. Her work will basically from about, the 1915 to about, the beginning of World War II is when she was writing.
Right on. Cool. Thanks for that. Yeah, this is definitely an opportunity also for like education, right? Like learning new artists, new writers, but also new techniques, from listening to others. And again, you guys are more than welcome to join if you want to, or go ahead and keep this going. We're going to go from Denver back to El Paso for our next performer. Those of you who were here pre-show, what we call the green room, that's like the first half hour while we're gathering poets and just catching up, socializing, talking about whatever. We do have some fun stuff planned in El Paso in November with EPCC Rio Grande Campus, the Papagayo Project. We are happy to host our next performer as she celebrates the release of her newest book, Ridge of High Pressure. Any day now, right? Mouthfeel Press. We're waiting on that very patiently, but we are going to have that reading in November, so we're looking forward to it. You guys can attend for Tejano Passport as well. But right now, let's go ahead and welcome one of our most looked up to poets in the city. And if you don't know her, you need to know. Here we go. Let's go ahead and welcome Robin Schofield to the stage. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Richie. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, my book, Ridge of High Pressure, is coming out soon. I haven't gotten the physical copies of it yet, so I'm getting a little nervous. But, small presses, what would we do without them? I know that without small presses, I wouldn't have any books at all. So I'm not going to complain. So it was recently fall equinox, even though the temperatures here still don't feel like it. So I'm going to read this one called Equinox from Long Ago. Oh, and it was recently rejected by a journal. We pick out pomegranates, the oldest of fruits. We're going to Lake Travis to swim naked past the sunset. Our goal to be in the water as it's turning rose and gold, brighter than the faint leaves in the heart of Texas, of the scrub oaks, the evergreen live oaks and cedars, and the persimmons, but don't bite into one unripe, or your mouth will shrivel like a peach kernel. The time of peaches gone with the taste of summer. The time is here of the rose and gold pomegranates, like the one that Persephone ate. No stone at the center in a season of absence. Remember the poem you wrote of autumn equinox, how hungry you were for the fruit. Okay, and then I picked this one out from Ridge of High Pressure. If I'm not mistaken, it comes toward the end. And it's called This Grace. Sun shimmer on creosote bush shifts from yellow blossom to furry gray seed, and I have seen it happen. Yellow-eyed hawk looking into my green eyes, the startle of it, the flash of danger and the gratitude I had for being by the arroyo. When the coyote snarled, I stood there, stupefied with grace, the dog immobile in the hot May sun. We moved on, impelled by what we cannot name, as if the word coyote or falcon would be something. And words, listen, there's a singer in the park, uttering prayer in a language strange to me. A yellow songbird, the western meadowlark, lifts into the blue from the old acacia stand, lighting there again and rattling unfallen seeds. And then I'm working on a new manuscript, and these are not exactly new. Thank goodness I typed them and printed them out because I don't really remember doing it. I hope they're mine. I think they are. Elemental. We dream of email and digital music. Avoid thinking of the minerals that power our quantum machines, the radioactive waste, the wasted life, the tantalum secured in Africa, called coltan colloquially, used for capacitors. A sea of radiance dazzling our greedy eyes, going to pieces particle by particle, our cellular phones that shine like the gold coins the magpie takes. Trade secrets. I want to reach into river soil and feel its secretions. You are a secret like water. You tell how you have been formed from mountain to cloud, knowing I can't follow you into that realm, the stratosphere of ice and ozone. The wing of the owl keeps a secret hush in absence and in presence. And this one's called Luck in the Year of the Horse. And I'm not sure when the year of the horse is again, but it's supposed to be bad luck. For the Apache, the year brought joy and catastrophe, pairs of twins, a brother and sister that circled each other till the man in the moon came home and the blue coat tribe arrived. In Cambodia, a priestess was locked in a prison of dust in the year of the horse. If she can't breathe, all must die. Her image of Buddha is waning. At the bakery on Pudding Lane, the sleepy baker rose at midnight, betting it all on the wooden houses, indecision by Mayor Bloodworth. When the fire jumped the river fleet, they got out the gunpowder. The hunchback needs all the luck he can get, so he baits his hook with fairy food to catch up with a talking salmon and feed it to the bodhisattva, clutching a rabbit's foot in the year of the horse. Okay, and now my cover poem. I'm going to read a translation of Rilke, who wrote sonnets to Orpheus, and he did it. There's like, in the first series, there's 50 some odd of them, and he did it in about 3 weeks. Rilke was like that, though, living in other people's castles and shirking all his responsibilities, except for poetry. Erect no headstone. Let the rose bloom each year for his grace. Then Orpheus exists. His metamorphosis in this and this. We should not trouble ourselves about another name. One for all time is Orpheus when he sings. He comes and goes. It's not too much when he comes through the Rose Bowl, sometimes for a couple of days. Oh, how he must wane so that you can understand. And even when he himself fears that he wanes, in that his word surpasses our being, he is barely there where you cannot go along. The grit of the lyre does not force his hands, and he complies. In that, he transcends. Okay, so that's my little set, and I hope that local people will come to the little temple on November 15th. That's from noon to 1. I'm really looking forward to that. I remember the Papagayo Club from years ago. And it's a great thing y'all do at EPCC. And what else? Yeah, I'm having a virtual launch on October 8th. And wow, I sure hope I get the book soon. So Happy Monday, everybody.
All right, thank you, Robin. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I always appreciate too what you decide to cover and the kind of a little bit of the context and background that you provide to it as well. Again, back to that informational stuff. All right, hey, we got the Magus back. Gustav, what's up? Welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I have you on the list. I'm gonna repost it right now in the chat just so you guys can see the order. It's not too long of a list. And again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you're just here to support, or if you're here for the Tejano Passport Program, again, if you missed me mention it earlier, you can shoot me a message. You can find me. I do teach at EPCC. If you type in Marrufo, Marrufo in the directory, I'll show up. You can send me an email. Most of you guys I've talked to though, so I sent you my email that you can get to me at, or you can send a message to our social media. Facebook, Instagram are probably the best two bets. Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, but we're gonna go ahead and continue on. So we're gonna go ahead and go, a little bit more northeast here in the country. We're gonna go ahead and go a little time travel a little bit, 2 hours ahead for us in the mountain time zone, and we're going to visit our main man in Maine who left a note during his sign up that we got to do something about pharmaceutical costs. I agree completely. Yeah, raise your hand if you agree, fire in the chat if you agree, right? But right now, let's go ahead and tune in with Generalissimo Brian Franco, and he's the aforementioned the coconut man that Mike was talking about. So Brian, welcome back to the show. Go ahead and take it away. Good to see you.
Yeah, my computer is kicking me out of rooms these days, so I'm gonna keep this thing off. And so I dug up an old haiku because of Robin. Did I keep it up? A perfectly ripe persimmon is a gift from Mama Nature. I think that's it. Maybe I might have skipped a few syllables. I don't remember. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and see what I have. Oh, yes, let's share the screen for this one. I need to share it, don't I?
Okay, you're good.
Did I share it or not?
No, there's nothing here yet.
Okay, here we go. There we go. I'm sorry. Yeah, that should have it. A statement from a star in Van Gogh's Starry Night. How dare the clouds interrupt our meditation sesh? How dare they cause a tidal wave in the sky? Even the moon has turned its back to them. Do they really think their temper tantrum of swirling and twirling can act as a cease and desist demand that we tone down our shininess? As if that is at all possible. And I got a few more. Let's see. This is either called Desert Justice or just Desert, or maybe something else. Please forgive me. Oh, and yes, this was from Robin's recent Tumble Words this past weekend. Please forgive me for being unforgiving, said the desert to the dying man, who believed he was imagining this voice, who then replied to the man's silence, I regret that my landscape has become your inescapable destiny. I so badly wish I could will an agave to spring from my floor or provide a cactus with fruits and flowers and water inside, but I have damned you with days that will dehydrate your soul and night that will cause you shiver. The man wished to be found and saved while simultaneously wishing for a conclusion. He asked the desert if it was, in fact, what was left of his humanness. He would wake the next morning to a gentle breeze and punishing sun. He could barely open his eyes for the pain of the dry. He felt as if his skin was peeling away like crepe myrtle bark. He tried to bark at the moon, but his parched throat denied him. He instead marveled at the starry sky and counted constellations. The desert again said, forgive me for being unforgiving. The powers that be rarely allow my skies to cry. Again, the man fell asleep. When he woke to water slowly falling from the sky, he noticed not an agave or fruiting cactus, but little leaves with tiny flowers that tasted like something sweet from his childhood. And this was from a Diane Marie Ward workshop. Less than 4 minutes on a bus in the Bronx. There's a young man around 21 years old sitting directly behind the bus driver, intently tap dancing on his cell phone with his thumbs. Directly behind him is a man in his late 60s who spends almost every afternoon riding the bus wearing what looks like a Kelly Green 1980s members only windbreaker. He worries the kid will ruin his ability to properly communicate because of all that constant texting. Two young women who are possibly not yet 20 are talking loudly about the boys they have both dated, including facts like penis size. Suddenly, a bike messenger jumps the curb in front of the bus. The driver slams the brakes. The phone flies to the side and hits one of the loud girls in her boob. She yells, "Boy, I own this phone now." In less than 18 months, the older man will write a New York Times bestseller titled "What Happened During My Residency on the Columbus Avenue Line." And this is called Scotch on the Rocks. The bartender dips a metal scoop into the ice machine. The ice sounds like little marbles when it lands in the glass. He sets it atop the pockmarked bar. When he pours the scotch, you hear the slight Rice Krispie-esque crackle of the ice objecting to its eventual melting. It's the top shelf stuff that you rarely get. The bartender asks if you're celebrating something. He mentions that he remembers when your dad brought you in to celebrate your first job after college, back when his now deceased uncle owned the place. He pushes the glass across the oak. It travels less than a foot before it arrives at you. You lift it to about where your chin is. You tilt it back and forth. The ice jingles. It sounds a bit like one of those collars people put on their dogs when they dress it up like an elf at Christmas. You lift it till it hits your bottom lip. It smells of caramel cooking away in a pan. Your top lip rises just enough for a sip of liquor to travel over your tongue to your taste buds and slide down your throat. A warm sensation happens for a few seconds that feels like you won an award for sighing. During this time, you closed your eyes when the scotch entered and opened them when you set the glass on the bar. You exhale through your nose before sip number 2. You say to the bartender, "Yes, Travis, I am celebrating," but you don't tell him what you're celebrating. You don't order a second drink. You leave a generous tip. He says to have a nice night and says your name. As you walk away, you wonder what you two would talk about if you ran into each other at a diner. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Generalissimo. Anything quick that you want to promote or announce before we move on?
No, I am going to be in October. I think it's on I can't remember the date. I'm going to be doing the Easton, Pennsylvania Book Festival, which is, I think, October 14th or 18th or something like that. But I don't, I did put a thing about it in my news feed. And I've got to put that up with my other stuff, but thank you.
All right. Thanks for sharing that. Let me see. Let me get back to the spotlight here. Cool. Brian, everyone. Awesome. Thank you. Bravissimo. Generalissimo. All right. Next up, our next performer, they work for Fluff. That is the Federation of Light Unicorns for Freedom. That's right. Joining us from the Unicorn Complex in Fluff Cloud Cotton Candy City. This is the one, the only Finn Bell. What is up? How is the fluff?
The fluff must not be spoken of outside the Fluff complex. I'm sorry. I do silly things in the afternoon after too much coffee. Yeah, when I'm filling in the the sign up form. Okay, so everything is good. I have something called Zip It. Right, that's the title right now. It is a Cyclops poem. What a Cyclops poem is that it is a creation of Catalyst, who is from Open Minds, Open Mic. She is the wife of Thomas Open Minds. It is a freestyle poem of any length where all the words consist of a solitary letter I. Clip hypothetical wings, sing in sick symphonic. Is this demise in line with pretentious lime, light, this glorious blight, bright, bring into this ring, dirty, shiny belligerence, my dissatisfied fair fight, skip right. Lip misogyny, spit lies upright, dislike brings light bite. Is it feeling perturbing, Bitsy might? Is impotent spoiled child feeling this slight? Is it right? It's unfair, pobrecito. Chain it, zip it, dip it in silence. I'm unwilling, zilch counting in lending sympathetic spirit. All right, sit tight, chill, sweetie. I discover prejudice peaking. So that is a Cyclops poem, all one eye. That took a long time to make. If ever you guys encounter Christy Scribbles, ask her to do her Cyclops poem. It is unbelievable, unbelievable. She did so much in little time. All right, so I was requested by my baby unicorn, my junior unicorn, to sing this sea shanty that he created. And I borrowed from him very, very graciously. He let me borrow it. This is called Anything for My Mermaid by Ed Poetastic. I'd sail upon the most furious tides, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. I'd skin the most ugliest of hides, anything for my mermaid. I'd even swim to the other side, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. Riches and love I can provide, anything for my mermaid. I'd slay a monster 12 feet wide, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. I don't really care that I almost died, anything for my mermaid. I'd even toss away my pride, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. I'd even take sea salt in my eyes, anything for my mermaid. I'd gladly take everything in stride, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. I can even fight with both hands tied, anything for my mermaid. I'll attempt to live with heart all dried, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. I'd even get on the wildest rides, anything for my mermaid. I think I can climb a steep landslide, anything for my mermaid, oh, anything for my mermaid. I want to take her as my bride. Mermaid, where did you go? Oh, mermaid, where did you go? I said I loved her, yet no reply. Oh, where? Oh, where? Oh, where? Oh, mermaid, my mermaid, where did you go? Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much, Eddie. I love it. Love it. Love it.
That was definitely poetastic.
That was definitely poetastic. Yay. Okay, so cover poem is number 36 of 100 Love Sonnets. Yay! My heart, queen of the beehive and the barnyard, little leopard of the string and the onions. I love to watch your miniature empire sparkle, your weapons of wax and wine and oil, garlic and the soil that opens for your hands, the blue material that ignites in your hands, The transmigration of dream into salad, the snake rolled up in the garden hose. You with your sickle that lifts the perfumes, you with the bossy soap suds, you climbing my crazy ladders and stairs. You taking charge, even my handwriting, its characteristics, even the sand grains in my notebooks, finding in those pages lost syllables that were searching for your mouth. The end. I can't find my glasses. Where'd they go?
Can't see without my
I
glasses.
can't see without my glasses.
Thank you. Fantastic, Finn Bell. How can people follow and support all the cool things you do online?
Instagram, Finn_Bell, Linktree/Finn Bell. Tomorrow I have karaoke night. And since I admit, Terry Rose Dirksen knows this, I fell asleep, I overslept, and we didn't have karaoke night last month. So we're having a double karaoke night. It is last month's theme, which is When Life Gives You Lemons, and also this month's theme, which is Odd Things. So bring anything to that theme. We're also doing trivia that night. On Thursday, we have the second part of a 2-part open mic topic. So the last one was, I can't even remember what the last one is. That's how good my memory is. But this on Thursday night, the theme is no regrets. No regrets. So bring any poems, music, or stories, or comedy skits, or whatever, miming about no regrets. Yay! You can all find that in my link tree.
Action packed.
Coffee still has not worn out yet.
I love it. I love it. I resort to the same tactics, caffeinated all the way. I didn't even bring my mug this time. I'm just drinking straight out of the big one here. Check that out. Sounds jam-packed in the Finn Bell extended universe. Also that I'm gonna have a hard time getting that sea shanty melody out of my head. It's such a catchy one. All I want to know if there's a dance to go with it. You always got to have a good little shuffle or dance that you can put along with it. But we'll ask. Cheers, everyone. Anyway, good to see you guys again. This is once again our online mic. Good to have everyone. When we've had more people join the list, so we're going to keep going. We are going to go from the Unicorn Complex secret location back to El Paso, Texas, where we have Mr. Monday Night. That's right, the one, the only Kit Wren. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it to you to take it away. What's up, Kit?
The one, the only. Thank God for that. I don't think I could handle two of me. I don't even want to think about that anymore. Do one of mine and then a cover poem. And the one of mine is New Shit. Gotten from Robin Schofield's wonderful Tumblewords this past Saturday. Just like Brian, trying to do a quick turnaround here. We'll run this up the flagpole, see who salutes. Poetry is the writing of last resort. We've all tried everything else, and it just wouldn't work. I tried writing short stories, and they just got shorter and shorter. I tried to propel characters into movement, and they wouldn't. They just stared back at me reproachfully. I left them alone. I moved between and around them and called it poetry. I did so too slowly to call it dancing. I did so too quietly to call it music. I have tried to write fiction. I still love it more, even though it treats me coldly and impatiently. I have sorted into poetry like a falling Plinko chip. I see people call themselves poets and put zero effort. They copy nature studiously like a commissioned portrait maker. They make cutesy puns with the meta, but do not use the meta like a tool, like a saw, like a letter opener. They will never draw blood. I will not copy nature. I do not copy nature. The poem gives me the real without the mechanical tasks of realism. I can talk about the opportunistic man on the bridge of the Americas with a neck like a straw, cleaning our windshield unbidden at a red light. And when we asked him to stop, He asked us where we were headed in very good English and started to give us directions, determined to do something for us. I can give him to you, and he doesn't have to become a symbol. He is not standing for all the displaced and all the downtrodden. He was one man with his own strange and admirable ethics. The poem gives me the real without the responsibility and political urge of realism. It gives me my father getting out of the car to smoke on the America's Bridge, because it's not like we're going to be moving any time soon. On the literal dotted line between two countries, time doesn't necessarily stop. It can't. It doesn't have a union. It has to sneak its smoke breaks. Time has to hide in the shadows and wait until everyone's back is turned. Time has a boss too. I do not copy nature. I do not lie prostrate before it. I do not value getting the details exactly right. Poetry gives me the real without the journalistic diligence of realism. It gives me the man on the bridge of the Americas selling large ceramic Powerpuff Girls. The colors were all wrong. The hair and the facial expressions were dead on, professionally dead on, so evocative of the individual characters that their colors being wrong was baffling. Must have been an act of evasion or creativity. This man did not copy nature. He did not leave things as they lay, did not give reality the final word on what's real. I must assume of him what I do of all authors and artists, that he knew exactly what he was doing. And yes, and as you heard shouted out, I am, for all intents and purposes, a proponent and innovator of the cover poem. And because I think it's a good way to find your voice, and it's a good way to learn more. And one of my other hobby horses when it comes to literature is that this is all still alive. Like, the new classics are being released right now. And it's not this dusty thing behind glass. It's a river. You can just stick your hand in it. So I'm going to read a poem by someone who is on the long list for the National Book Award for Poetry this year, though not the one I met, not Jose Olivares, although I did meet him and I have his autograph and he was really cool. But this is another person on that same list of 10. I'm going to read now Assemblage of Ruined Plane Parts, Vietnam Military Museum, Hanoi, by Paisley Rechtel. My eye climbs a row of spoilers soldered into ailerons, cracked bay doors haphazarded into windows, where every rivet bleeds contrails of rust. An hour ago, the doctor's wand waved across my chest, and I watched blood on a small screen get backsucked into my weakened heart. It's grown a hole I have to monitor. One torn flap shuddering an infinite ellipsis of gray stars back and forth. You're the writer, the doctor said in French. Tell me what you see. Easier to stand in a courtyard full of tourists scrying shapes from this titanic Rorschach. Here's a pump stub shaped like a hand. Something celled, cavernously fluted as a lobster's abdomen. How much work it must have taken to drag these bits out of pits of flame from lake beds and rice paddies and stack them in layers. The French planes heaped beneath the American ones, while the English woman beside me peers into this mess of metals, trying to isolate one image from the rest. Ski boot buckle or tire pump, she muses at me. Fossilized shark's jaw, clothespin, wasp's nest. According to the camera, it's just a picture, changing with each angle. Relic turned to rib cage, chrome flesh to animal, all the mortal details enumerated, neutered. I watch her trace an aluminum sheet torched across a thruster as if wind had tossed a silk scarf over a face. If she pulled it back, would I find a body foreign as my own, entombed in here? 1,000 dog tags jangling in the dark. I tilt my head. The vision slides once more past me, each plane reassembling, then breaking apart. Spikes of grief, or is it fury? Throb across the surface. Everything has a rip in it, a hole, a tear, the dim sounds of something struggling to pry open death's cracked fuselage. White sparks, iron trails. My heart rustles in its manila folder. And the doctor smiles at the images I fed him. A row of trees, I said, pointing at my chart. Stone towers. A flock of backlit swallows. Now I kneel beside a cross of blades on which the Englishwoman tries to focus. Do you think I'll get it all in one shot? She calls as she steps back, and back. Something like a knife sheath. Something like a saint's skull. The sky floats past, horizon sucked into it. She won't. All right, I can't find my little paper, but y'all know the deal by now. Instagram at Kit Ran Away, Facebook, easy enough. I got a Blue Sky invite if you want off of Elon's disturbed little playground, but that's not really important right now because the Tumblewords project, which Brian was kind enough to shout out and to demonstrate its effectiveness earlier this evening. But we are generative writing workshops held over Zoom every Saturday afternoon from 1 to 3. We welcome all skill levels, all genres, whatever you got, we're here to listen. This Saturday, going along with the Global 100,000 Poets for Change event, we will have my good friend Rachel Cachete once again presenting about their activism work and encouraging us to write, to become some of the 100,000 Poets for Change. October is going to be very exciting. The 7th will be Cheryl Luna, and the 14th will be Maureen Medina. And then after these far off people, we return back to the home base and we'll wrap up the month of October with Maria Perez on the 21st. And as tradition dictates for Day of the Dead on October 28th, Raquel Mejia will have the talking stick. So another great month. It's been a year of running this for me. And I don't know, I think I'm doing well. I don't have time to stop and reflect. I just got to keep going, you know? Speaking of keeping going, here's Richie.
Smooth transition. Awesome, Kit. Thank you. Yeah. You know, I said that 10 years ago when I started running the BWOMS and like, whoa, I'm still here. It's crazy. No, but definitely check out Tumblewords, guys, if you have a chance. We should get a link on there so people who are here with us can check it out. You can follow Tumblewords Project on Facebook. I see that a lot of you guys here either followed us on Facebook or Instagram. So you can do the same for Tumblewords. You can find them on Facebook and just be kept up to date with all those awesome workshops. Cheryl Luna, that's exciting. Well, Maureen, I mean, just a lot of great names. It's a really fun generative writing workshop. I encourage you guys to check that out. Okay, so welcome back to the online mic. If you're just tuning in, we have a pretty decent list right now. So we're going to go ahead and just keep going. Kit joined us from El Paso, Texas. But again, thanks to the internet and technology, we're going to be able to, with a snap, end up in different places all around the world. So right now we're going to go ahead and snap off to West Palm Beach, Florida, where we have the Megas back in the house. Always happy to have you here with us. Yeah, man, go ahead and take it away. It's been a little while. Good to have you back.
Hey, Richie, it's good to be back. Thank you very much for the space. This is awesome. Like Finn Bell, I was at Thomas Open Minds, a workshop on the Cyclops poem. Shout out to Catalyst and Open Minds Open Mic on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Check us out. This Cyclops poem is called Contumacious Eye. Kubrick, Spielberg, Tarantino movies, Jedi mind tricks like Dali, right brain decapitates magic, giant monstrosity flinches, Leviathan getting rhetorical, is I ain't, weaponized empire destined quaint, icon, underestimated, reminded without meaning, biography, axiom, twist, thievery corporation, ein, zwei, drei, vier, cranium nation, American questions dominance, Pavloxid, fixes COVID, believe, relieve, deceive, sublime, ruinous, surprise, ancient Goliath inhales marijuana, cannabis, gamatria, burning, radio tension strikes matrix, Gaia gives graciously, live, hive, jive, levitate, defenestration science, split ideology, perversion, contumacious eye against authority. And this, my friends, is brand new. I wrote it like not even 10 minutes ago before I came in. This is called Pixie. Her name was Pixie, but she refused to be any incel's manic pixie dream girl. She was all woman, the real thing, a patriarch's nightmare. She said, our job as artists is not to try to guess what our audience wants. That way lies focus group pablum. Rather, our job is to make listeners crave what we have to give on our terms. And she did. She always gave her real self to every endeavor. I crave all you have to give like water in the desert, Pixie. You are more magical than magic itself, more real than reality. She said, I can never belong to another. I am mine alone, and I respect that. But I will cheerfully lead you astray from the path others have designed for you to one of your own most secret desire. This is why I crave you, elusive Pixie, who could never be mine. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. How can people follow and support you online?
I'm Magus801 on Instagram. Check me out. Let's start some good trouble.
I love that. Yeah, awesome. Also, cool take on that manic pixie dream girl trope. I love that. Cool stuff. Yeah, glad you can make it. Let's go ahead and let me pull up the list here. By the way, I saw maybe one or two people here that I don't know if you want to sign up. Let me see. I guess I can message you guys, but yeah, I'm gonna post a list again. But we're gonna go ahead and go from West Palm Beach, Florida. We're gonna head a little bit north to the land of Jersey. That's right, New Jersey, where we have the Chameleon Poetic up next on the list. I want to make sure we got Terry Rose Judson in the house. What's up, Terry? Happy Monday. What's up?
Happy Monday to you. I was just going through my stuff to try and figure out what I wanted to read. And I decided I was going to read about my dog, Violet. Popular subject. Woo! Violet. This is the latest poem about Violet. I'm sure there's going to be more because I actually want to write a whole book about Violet. So this is, on its way. Okay. This is about my dog Violet licking my face. This is not an act of disgrace. This is a sign of affection. Violet's tongue is like a wet red velvet confection that gets my attention whether it is welcomed or not. Isn't it funny how we go to them for comfort? Yet this does explain the need for service pets. They seem to read our minds and come to us when we are unwell. Like today, when I was feeling like hell, Violet approached and offered her paw. But then she proceeded to dig in her claws, attempting to climb up on the couch with me. I was not feeling that today, so I said, no, get away. Dogs are more human than our stupid behinds. It's a shame that we don't learn love, devotion, compassion from our canines. So, that's probably all I'm going to read tonight. I mean, I wanted to read this one that I wrote when I was really mad at my husband. Kind of a slam piece. But I don't know if I can find it. Anyway, if you want to connect with me, I'm on Instagram under the Chameleon Poetic. I have a book called The Chameleon Chronicles. Man, I'm blanking out on my name of my book. And you can find me on Facebook under Terry Rose Jurtson. For upcoming things, this Saturday I have karaoke. You can tune in on The Word Is Right. You can find the link on there, and I think it's at 9 o'clock. So even if you don't like singing or anything, it's fine. You can just come and listen, or you can come and read a poem. I'm not really like fast and hard with these rules. And I still didn't find that poem I wrote about my husband losing his wallet. I'll read it next. I'll read it next time. Yeah, well, it's like he likes. I don't know. He has a bad habit of losing things, and it drives me crazy.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's not that serious. But Terry Rose Jurtson, everyone, aka the Chameleon Poetic out of New Jersey. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, when you're angry, you just gotta write your emotions out.
I don't want to hurt him, so I'll just write a meme poem.
Oh no, yeah, it is. We're just joking, right? It's a slam poem in more ways than one, like.
Yeah, slam piece.
There you go. Thank you, Terry Rose.
Thanks.
Everyone, check out her book, The Chameleon Chronicles. You had to like think back to that one, like, wait, which one was it? Because you got many more books inside you still to leave. All right, so. Just want to make sure I got everyone signed up. Once again, if you guys are here just to check it out and support, thanks for sticking around. Again, just make sure you email me. I can send you the Tejano passport code. I've seen most of you guys are here most of the shows. So that's awesome. We do have more performers, so we're going to go ahead and just keep going. We're going to go from New Jersey to Washington, D.C., where our next performer has some jokes and poems. You already know him. If not, you're about to. It is the one, the only Mr. Fantastic. It's Ed Poetastic. What is up, my friend? Yo.
What is up, my bro? Like no other with words like thunder. And thank you so much for a wonderful Finn Bell for sponsoring my wonderful poem. Like I always tell her, the poem does not make me poetastic or fantastic. It's you. Hope you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to push on right on through different rhyming avenues. All right, my name is Ed Poetastic, feeling fantastic. Please get something to join my rhyme for Alpha Sublime. Okay, I got 3 poems, so you're not going to rhyme. My first poem is actually a Psychos poem for our wonderful Thomas. His poetry games, or AKA his wonderful poetry workshops, was very poetastic, where the fun never stops. This is called Dark and Light. Why can't life be kind? It kick us in the behind. Regrets left in your mind, leaving your mind blind, filling your darkened lines. Sometimes things aren't timed. Good fortune is yours and mine. My words aren't disinclined. Don't be a ghost or a mime. Why not quickly redesign? Listen to a uplifting chime. Why not engulf in a new sign? Is whatever you do or decide. There's no roadmap or guide. Life may or may not undermine. Don't be redefined or confined. Your heart isn't being deprived. I know you tried and tried. Your efforts or purpose hasn't died. Your dreams are right beside. High hopes are entwined. The sun is in the cloudy grind. Don't nestle in an inner bind. In the darkness, you still shine. Thank you. And I got this one. This is called Life Jacket. I wish you could start from that list, my friend. You could cut ties with all lies that you've been given in. And if you don't want to see me again, I will understand. I'll understand. Please, suicide is a selfish thing. We all know that shadows cling. Don't suffocate from bee stings. Life is full of bittersweet flings. Please understand that depression is scary. Don't nestle in chaotic tapestry. You can guarantee only you hold the key. Don't keep crying venomous seas. Please, lies are full of deceit. Only gasoline can fuel heat. Don't let keep biting at your feet. Don't keep feeling incomplete. Please, lovers come and go. Don't let your heart lie frozen in snow. Don't keep getting pecked by crows. So you know your glow can still flow. Please, poverty is temporary. You can ask Larry, Harry, or Jerry. Money can leave you wary. On the contrary, say what you can carry. Please don't be anxious. There's restless nerves. They feel above us, but they are beneath us. Please make the darkness oblivious. Please, misdeeds are mistakes. We live what we make. Please don't let your future break. There are more bigger things at stake. Please, mental illness is tough. We're all full of complex stuff. You don't have to stay rough. You can always remove those invisible cuffs. Please understand that social constructs are unreal. Does it take a short time to heal? Please don't let it crush your will. It's everything but true or real. Please remember that problems are lessons. There's a sun on every horizon. You can solve all kinds of situations. For your information, life has no combination or explanation. Please, we're all been there. Please realize someone cares. You can always bear what you share. Let yourself suffer from walls and tears. Please, you're the only one. Please live with all your might in sight underneath the sun. Please don't leave your life undone. Please think about anyone or someone. Please realize you matter. Hey, no more doubtful banter. You can put the past away. I wish you can start from that ledge, my friend. I can understand. Wish you can start from that ledge, my friend. I can understand. Wish you can start from that ledge, my friend. I can understand. I can understand. Thank you. I got one more for Encore Vermore. This is called Umbrella Persona. I got you covered for the rumbling pains. I got you covered for the chilling rain. I got you covered from nails in the brain. I got you covered from the annoying migraines. I got you covered for the suffocating chains. I got you covered for the nightmarish strains. I got you covered for the untimely trains. I got you covered for the gigantic banes. I got you covered for the lonely dinners of chow mein. I got you covered for the permanent messy stains. I got you covered for the painful tear stains. I got you covered for the crazy bird brains. I got you covered for the pale domains. I got you covered from the careless aims. I got you covered from the unjust blames. I got you covered for the muddy frames. I got you covered for the blazing flames. I got you covered for the mocking shame. I got you covered from the ridiculous names. I got you covered from the hurtful nicknames. I got you covered for the solo games. I got you covered from the boring ball games. I got you covered for the floods of lames. I got you covered from the forgettable surnames. I got you covered. Life isn't down the drain, so please stay sane. Thank you. And don't worry, I got jokes next week.
All right, cool. I'm glad you mentioned that because I was worried. No, I'm just kidding, Ed. How can to find people online, follow and support you, Ed?
Sure, you can follow me, support me, as in please come or keep watching this wonderful open mic that makes our Monday such a delight in the wonderful musical spotlight. All right, but you want you want to follow me, plus for free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is Eddie Foreman92. And remember, the mic is right. I'll be there to sound plus the insight. If you send me a request, you take yes. The answer is yes. Hope where everyone stay healthy, safe, and blessed. Never stop spewing or speaking or singing the wonderful words outside your chest. Never stop feeling and being and doing your best. And always remember that you're more important than you ever know. So please always glow and flow.
Awesome, man. I love it. I love it, Ed. I love your presence at these mics. Great to have you as always. Cool stuff.
Same here, my brother. Night no other. With words like thunder. Woo!
Words like thunder. That's right. Awesome. I don't know why my mind went to that Rumi quote, right? Like, but anyway, I'll bring that up later. Shout out to Stephanie Estrada. I see you here on the live chat on YouTube. Good to have you here. Welcome. Oh yeah, you love Terry's piece there. That line there about dogs. Very cool stuff. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. We do have a couple more people added. In fact, this is where we're going to go ahead and get a little international. So we're going to go ahead and go to Malaysia for our next performer. And he always comes through with some like great pieces, some thinkers, really some really great wordplay, and just overall excellent poetry. Let's go and welcome Julian Matthews back to the stage. Julian, are you here with us? What's up, man? Welcome back. Good to have you.
Hi. Two pieces. Unfinished business. Look at this desk. I could have been the paper. You, the paperweight. Pin me down. I could have been this sturdy shelf. You, the books, held you up when you slid. Or maybe that one bookend of your to-be-reads. Lean on me, slanted, like so many fallen dominoes. All these unfinished novels, the one story you were so invested in that left you hanging. The sequel you found wanting, the fiction of this life, the weight of the unread world. Follow the trail of unreadable cues, this abandoned journal, the hobby that turned into a chore, these gel pens that dried up, the fading colors of all these precious memories of you, the stationery we left stationary, frozen in time like the burn that turned into ashes in my mouth the minute it was spoken and regretted. All the words left unsaid after, like dust that now finds its way into every crevice of this heart, the poem that crawled into its nook and never got sent, folded and tucked in the unreturned book, like a patient bookmark, caught between two pages. Forgive and forget, both overdue. Thank you. The second poem is called Shh. Meet me like a hungry ghost on a hungry ghost night. Meet me around the back, hidden and out of sight. Meet me at the 5 and dime we stole gummy bears, you know where. Meet me at the same secret spot, you know the one. They won't find us there. Meet me by the river, caught in fish, carved our names on that oak tree. Meet me under the bridge after he beat you. We'll cry again, share the same old stories. Meet me on that beach. At sunset, we'll watch and name all the colors changing hue. Meet me after the rain, at the end of the rainbow, when my sky is no longer blue. Meet me at that cafe after lunch when it's empty. Try sweet desserts you approve. Meet me at the old pub, the table in the darkest corner, half drunk and confused. Meet me in that Zoom room I password locked just for us. Meet me so we can chat all night, reminisce on the way it was. Meet me in church after confession, by the grotto, for goss on the latest scandals. Meet me at the cemetery where you're buried. Blow out my last candle. Meet me on those lonely nights down on my knees even as I pray. Shh. Don't worry. If anyone asks, I'll know what to say. Meet me. Just meet me. Thank you.
Wow, thanks, Julian. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. And if you want to leave your link here in the chat for us, we'll go ahead and forward that. Sandy just commented on our YouTube live stream that she really loves your poetry. So I know a lot of people do. So thanks again for coming through. All right, we got a couple more people added. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, where are we? I accidentally had another sign up sheet open. Let's see. But oh yeah, okay. So we have another open mic host up next. Our next performer is joining us from India, and they do host the Fertile Brains open mic. I'll let you talk more about that if you'd like. But let's go ahead and welcome to the stage Prasanna Kumar. Welcome back. Good to see you on the show. Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Richie. I always love being here. Thanks, Finn. Thanks, Julian. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Michael. Yes, it happens every Sunday at 7 p.m. and you stand at 9 a.m. and yes. I shared the link, Zoom link, October 1st. And thanks for having me. Sad, she lonely. Walked forth and tracked down. I went further to have a look off. Sad, she lonely. What could be the reason for being lonely? I went to forays and to find out. Sad, still lonely in the eerie night of dimmer light, the plight and sight calling for the thought. Sad, she lonely amidst the midst of hazy impression. I ran to seek the opinion. Sad, she's lonely, the lively lady once, now in the throes of destiny. I heard the words, looked at her stance. Sad, she lonely, bitterly hit by the blues of callous feelings. Guess, who am I? Yes, I am her reflection, trying to decode by introspection the mystery behind the rumination. The mystery, it's titled as. That's the first piece. Gratefulness is the second piece. The waters of pleasure trickle down from the canyons. Every minute of minute action of mine shown the way of predatory terrain. I smiled, grinned, and laughed at the cascade of the season, the rain of spells, the blessings and wishes made me inundated in. The learning and the unlearning late morning till evening kept flowing. In the gushing, I feel like thanking. It's never ending. The gratitude would call for no ceasing. It calls for no ceasing. Gratefulness. Thank you, Richie. That was, end of the second.
No, glad you can make it on with us. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I wish you would all love to join. I would love allow you all to join. I mean, if you could join our open mic, it would be lovely.
Cool. So you mentioned Sundays. If you have, I know you make a link or event link. Can you also just maybe write in the chat how people can join? That could help a lot.
Yes, I just have shared the link.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much.
We got Fatal Brains Facebook page. You could check it on. So that is it.
Cool. Thank you so much. Glad you can join us. Prasanna, Kumar, check out the Fertile Brains. We'll share that as we can, that link. Yeah. All right. I see it there. We'll forward that, or at least the way where they can find you online. But right now, let's go and keep going because our next performer has some very early stuff to do. So I'm sneaking them in. I didn't add them to the updated list, but we're gonna go to Louisville, Kentucky, and welcome up to the stage Frog Corpse. Frog Corpse, always amazing. Love the voice, vocals as always. Let's see, where are you? Let me get you on here.
Hello.
Hey, there you are. Welcome back. Go and take it away.
Thank you very much. I remember how we used to be waiting through days for every spring. I wanted to find out what it means to me, to us, to everything. Your silence rose and it was loud to speak. My sorrow grew within every reach. I yearned from autumn to see the leaves, to remember you, what peace it brings. Though you held another's hand, I was left alone with my plans, so I took a pen from the table stand. I wrote my will and my message then, said goodbye, finalized confession, thought you up and then digressed, and the void can never be filled. Have to empty the cup. I drank your love, swallowing you up until I was drowning, dying of thirst, dying from wanting, your eyes commanding, my heart demanding, the weight, the will, the writhing. Though I'm dead, I'm still standing. How long Will I go to end this madness, chasing ghosts? I adore an empty mattress. How could I breathe when you two are empty, filling my soul with what I can't control? I swam in a lovely sea of you, dreaming of your perfume, pillows empty in this gloom. How could you feel it all? Lying and waiting for the beck and call. So far down with these notes for you, could autumn bring you into view? Could I ever find what I'm looking for? Was I born at the wrong time? Well, until we meet again, thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. I feel like I might have peer pressured you into reading a little bit, maybe not. But we always appreciate when you join your work. I was like, "Do you want to sign up?" And sometimes people are just to hang out. But anyway, thanks for sharing that. Wish you luck on that. I know you might stick around for as long as you can. But Frog Corpse, everyone out of Louisville, Kentucky. And we got 2 more performers left in the night. We're gonna actually travel to the West Coast to the city of Los Angeles, where we're gonna check in with our favorite Chicano existentialist, poet, professor, agriculturalist, man of many, many hats as well. Let's go ahead and welcome Tesosomo Kabuk back on the mic. What is up, man?
What's
Welcome
up,
to the
Richie? Man,
to the,
I was like, I keep getting bumped. I'm like, damn. Can you hear me?
oh, I can hear you. What's up? Let me get you on here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Anyway,
But-
I'm gonna continue with the second scene of or the second act of On the Footsteps of Fire. So I'm gonna pick it up, and then we'll go for scene 2. Fade in, external Kern County, southern Buena Vista Lake, night. Ashka and Pupu walk on the levees of the Kern Canal. This is the last remnants of what the Chumash called Paleguanapa, known then as Place of Big River, today a post-thrombotic syndrome, venous insufficient vascular network of canals that once were the Kern River. The crypsis against the foliage, weaving through willows, mesquites, palo verde, ocotillo, and the fluffy creosote bush. Ashka bends a willow with his body as he weaves forward. Ashka, watch it. Here's another swishing snapper. The switch whizzes as it slaps Poo-Poo's scaly feet. Poo-Poo, I told you to cut that out. You tell me to not fall behind, and you trickster me with your woodland mischief. Ashka ignores Poo-Poo. Ashka, keep up, you cuckoo bird. Poo-Poo, if you'd taken my advice about taking the flat roads, we'd be resting by now. Ashka, I know we've been traveling for a while. If we had taken the flat roads, we could have put ourselves in danger. I don't have speed and or flight like you do. Poo-Poo, yeah, but these uneven levees are killer on my feet, and if my feathers were looking scrawly before, I will not be winning any mating dances. Ashka, oh, come on. All you gotta do is run around your partner in your ashen territory flash, your feathers, beep beep like crazy, and throw her a lizard, and you're done. Poo-Poo, oh, shut it. At least mine is a short and fast. Yours can go for hours. Really? You're going to impress me? Coyote looks back at Poo-Poo in disbelief. Poo-Poo, first, you sniff each other's butts, then you lick each other's faces, then she leads you around trying to tire you out, making sure you got some endurance. You yip and you yap and you howl like crazy for hours. If you haven't passed out, maybe she'll lay down for you or the next one who kept up with her. Ashka, all right, you got me there. Ashka pauses and spots a patch of California black oaks by the lakeside. Ashka, look, there, pointing southeast. There's a patch of kuwu. Poo poo. Finally, I'm assuming your paws must be blistering. I can't conceive you'd worry about my supple, scaly feet. Ashka. The old coyotes remember when the people would do the first acorn fruit ceremony by these trees. During the cold winters, you'd see the old ones doing ceremony to the kuwu, the trees, in the winter solstice. Poo-poo looks up at the tarnished moon. Poo-poo. Those were the days. They walk over to the patch of oaks, settle around the base of the trees that are covered by a canopy from on top. Ashka, why don't you burrow down and take a load off those scaly sticks? Poo-poo looks for a comfy pile of decaying oak leaves. Ashka, I'm going to dip my feet in the water for a bit. Maybe I'll spot some dinner for myself. I recommend the acorn worms for you. There are no yellow jackets or mud wasps at this time of the night. Poo-poo. Oh, what a glorious menu. Shh. As the two travelers rest, and a random rustle is heard from the tree canopy. Poo-poo. Do you hear that? Ashka, all I hear is the cool water swishing off my blistering feet. Poo-poo. I think there's someone up there. Ashka, I hope it's something I can eat. Poo-poo, cut that out. Come over here and check it out. Ashka walks out of the lake and shakes his paws and walks towards Poo-poo as he looks up. Ashka, I think I see a shadow. Ashka begins to jump up at the canopy and yip and yap at the figure. Ashka, are you Chinichi, the giant hairy creature with sharp teeth and claws that lives in dark caves and forests and preys on birds and animals? The startled figure descends and lands by Poo-poo, and Ashka spreads and flutters its very long wings. Both Ashka and Poo-poo drop into fighting stances. Moloko, you have also forgotten about me. Like old man Chop, they call me Moloko. These times they call me Bolter Griffiths, a name I don't recognize. Ashka and Poo-poo relax and circle around and inspect this unseen creature on the land. Ashka, we've heard about you, have only seen you far up in the sky. Poo-poo, and when you come down, no one wants to be around in fear of being taken as carrion. Moloko, my job has always been to clean up Tupu, the earth, keep her from the stench of the dead. I'm known as Death's silent swift sigh, the final recycler at the end of the chain of predation. Ashka, don't you normally roost up on the forest peaks and the craggy rocks? Poo-poo, never seen you roosting in the chaparral. Moloko, yes, but old man Chop has also raised the unmanaged conservation forests. So my ancient roosting perches are burned to the ground and all around this ash. Poo-poo, yes, we've seen many others who have lost their home territory. Moloko, if you both lost it too, where are you going? Ashka, this cuckoo believes there's an old possum up in the old Fort Tejon that can help with old man Chop. He apparently has knowledge of some philiac medicine. Moloko, is that so, Roadrunner? In my celestial glidings, I've not seen any such critter. Poo-poo, wow, both you geniuses. It's Soliphilia. He's a nocturnal critter, of course. You will not see him. Moloko, Sola what? Poo-poo, a love for the whole planet and its inhabitants and a sense of responsibility to take care of it. Moloko, that sounds like good medicine. Ashka, we're heading there tomorrow. We'll rest tonight. Moloko, oh, can I join your Soliphiliac fellowship? Ashkan, no, I have one cuckoo bird already. Poo-poo, yes, you can. There is room for all. I'm sure there will be something you can help with. Moloko, yes, I can be your eyes in the sky, keep you all out of trouble. Poo poo, it's settled. Ashka finds a spot by the oaks, grumbles, and takes a couple of circular turns and plops down to rest. Ashka, you all better keep up tomorrow. Fade out. Am I still online or did everybody fade on me?
We're good. We're good.
All right. All right, let's move over to the other part of this. It's that time of the year.
Awesome. Yes. How can people follow and support all your work online? I know you got all your books behind you. How are the ways people can support?
Sure, folks can follow me on Instagram under Gashes2019, on Facebook on Pandemic Poets, and then obviously if you interested in my work, support I'm Not Your Chihuahua, pick it up on Amazon, and we'll just keep producing new stuff. Thank you.
Well, as always, thanks for your contributions. And yeah, Tez, among many others who you've seen tonight, um, you can find in past shows. We do have an archive. So if you are on our YouTube channel, you can go back and just look through past episodes. And something that's really helpful, something that Kit Ren has done, is he's gone and timestamped all the performers. So you can go through and watch specific performances if you'd like. Well, all right. So with that said, it is time to go ahead and close out the show. And I see him right there. He is ready to go, rocking and rhyming. He's got the rhyme dictionary ready to go. Let's go ahead and make some noise. Welcome to the show to end it out. Here it is, the one, the only Dan, the man. Take it away, Dan.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Richie. Everybody, first off, I want to apologize on last week. I fell asleep. I do apologize. Sorry about that. Yeah, yeah. You know, we see so many sheeps. Yep. Get the Z's in deep. And yeah, we get all the Z's in the sleep. No wonder somebody could see it be a sheep. Yeah. Okay. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make a quick one. So yeah, there's a lot of journal. Yeah, I don't know because I'm using the drive, the external. Well, it can't be the nocturnal. Well, it's from the dad side, it'll be a paternal, it'll be a mom's side, it'll be a maternal. Yeah. Yeah, but it was the popcorn, we have the kernel. And I'm talking about the rank of the kernel. Maybe you know what I mean. Well, there's well, it is confirmed. I'll be at the El Paso Film Festival. Yep. So, yeah, it looks like it is like a long term for movies, but a midterm I work. It looks like some sort of a bookworm where I use this. So it was there. Oh well, yeah, just like going to the test. Yep, but we still have, still doing plasma donation. Yep, and there's standing ovation because we still got migration over at the border. It's one big demonstration. So, yeah. Well, we're gonna take vacation, or we have to remain. Oh, we remain in the bus station. So that's why. Our dictionary. Yes. Click. Okay. Well, I'll be looking for the week for the 3-day weekend for the El Paso Film Festival. I'll be there, and I'll be at the short. I'll be at the 30 the film race, the 30-minute, the awards for tomorrow. So, but I'll see if I can be at the Rosewood on Wednesday because I'm due for fit camp on that time. But I'll keep you posted. So. Sorry. Okay, here it is. Read it a wee bit. Yeah, I'm still having some issues on uploading on YouTube, but there's several episodes that's just finished. I'm trying to finish off the 9-year anniversary one, but it's a 3-parter, so we'll keep you posted. But most importantly, find Animans Weekly on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, Twitter is now X. And keep following me on Instagram because I'll do some promotions and some recaps. So especially new releases. All right. All right, hold on. Uh-oh. Wait a sec. All right. I guess that is it. Probably next Monday, once again, the House Calendar by John Updike. We got about 3 months left. So the month of October. So here goes nothing. All right, guys. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night, great evening. And and Caitlin says hello. Actually, she's writer now. Well, it's a long story. She'll be joining us. What if she joins us next week? So keep you posted. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Great night. All right, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you down. All right, yeah. Hey, shout out to Caitlin DeBow. We talked to her before the show. She's an awesome singer-songwriter, writer, overall talented. She's like an actress too, and does all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, it was cool to see Caitlin a little bit before the show. Hopefully she can pop in. If not online, we definitely have enough in-person shows where she can jump on in. Yes, thanks for everyone who read, everyone who came out to support, all the students. Thank you guys. I didn't even give a shout out to everyone who was here with us today in the room, like Olivia and Stephanie, Ayat, Mohammed. Thank you guys for joining us just to support. Stephanie Estrada on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for dropping by. We are here every Monday. So if you want to sign up and perform yourself, or if you have a friend or a family member that would like to perform, definitely tell them about us, Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. And again, through that, you can like learn more about these other spaces and join them as well. And of course, if you are in the El Paso area, make sure to check out our in-person shows. Just kind of you can find any of that posted on our social media. Lastly, be on the lookout where we are going to post a very special video that we took a couple weeks ago of the amazing rapper Afro. If you're not familiar with Afro, he burst into the hip hop scene when he was like 16 years old, master freestyle with a deep baritone voice. And in that time, he's only gotten so much better. So he came to El Paso a couple weeks ago. And, through my good friend and mentor, Roberto Santos, aka Rap Seminar, we were able to film him singing one of his newest songs. So we're going to release that on, we actually released it on our Instagram page and it's tagged with other people. Check that out. And it's going to be on YouTube by tomorrow. So check that out. We have a bunch of other videos that we still have yet to release, but are on the way. Fresh cuts, which are like little, in fact, a couple people from here, like Sandy Shakes the Mic and Urban Cowboy Poet, are going to be released on those videos. There's a lot. So be on the lookout. If you can subscribe to our channel, you'll see those. But my name is Richie. Deadwell Reveries on Instagram. We'll see you guys next Monday for the online mic. You guys have a good week.